A pleasant evening to you and a warm welcome to Prime Business with me, Pius Kojo Baka. Finance and accounting firm Deloitte Ghana is raising concerns about the country's debt in relation to the size of the economy, warning the economic targets could be disrupted after the conclusion of the IMF program. Speaking to Joy Business, Senior Manager Financial Advisory at Deloitte, Dennis Brown, said the country needs to be cautious about activities in the fiscal space to prevent an increase in debt burden by 2026.
We've made progress with our debt restructuring. The first phase being the domestic debt restructuring, which brought us some reliefs through the haircuts, the term that became very popular. Subsequently, we've engaged our external creditors, so multilaterals, bilaterals, and our Eurobond, creditors. We've engaged them, and the effect was to see how we could get some relief from there as well. Over there, we've been successful. We've had debt relief of about 4.2 billion. Which is different from debt cancellation, which is about 4.7 billion. So debt cancellation is debt forgiveness. So there's a portion of the piled up debt that you are forgiving and not required to pay. The debt relief really is deferral of your debt service commitments till, in this case, after the IMF program. So the consideration is that over the IMF program, there are a lot of measures that are being taken, austere measures, and therefore it would be good for them to grant some relief, and we managed to get them to grant that relief. What it means is that you are not paying those commitments over the period of the IMF, but after the program, which is after 2026, you would have to return to those commitments. So the debt pressure would return. What we need to be careful of is that we shouldn't go to sleep. We don't want a situation where by the end of 2026, we would have narrowed the fiscal space again, which is the fiscal consolidation thing we are doing now, trying to create more fiscal space so we can accommodate, expenses and all that. Once that happens, you are back to the same situation where there's no fiscal space and there's this introduction or reintroduction of what ought to have been paid previously, now back after the IMF program.
Away from that, prices of petroleum products are likely to decrease from the middle of this month. That is, if the cedi's recent good run is sustained. There is more in this report.
The cedi's performance has been one of the major drivers of fuel prices at the pumps over the past 3 months, with fresh data from the banks showing that the rate of depreciation has slowed significantly at the end of last month. That should bring some relief to consumers. This is because the cedi's rate of depreciation slowed to 4% in June from the over 7% in May. The rate of depreciation ending July is just pegged around 1%. The local currency has been fairly stable against the dollar in the first week. But for some, if this trend continues, that should be seen as good for consumers of petroleum products, as it could force the oil marketing firms to reduce prices again. Another development that should get us excited is that despite the threat of war in the Middle East, that has not impacted on crude prices. Meanwhile, the Bank of Ghana is today expected to sell some $20 million to bulk oil importers of the petroleum products. This could also go a long way to deal with supply challenges, which has impacted on the performance of the cedi.
Insurance giant Enterprise Group has declared a dividend payment of 95 pesos per share for its shareholders for its operation last year. This represents a 30% increase over what it paid in 2022. Now, speaking at the group's annual general meeting, Group Chief Executive Officer for Enterprise Group PLC, Daniel Labi Teko, said the increase is also backed by some strong financial performance for 2023. There is more in this report.
Regardless of the economic turmoil, the group posted a profit before tax of 273 million Ghana cedis compared to what was posted in 2022 of 174 million. Also, the group posted a profit after tax of 193 million, representing 60% year-on-year.
I think every shareholder would expect, a little bit more than what is always declared. But we're also guided by quite a number of other considerations in declaring dividend. But the key amongst our consideration is that we give real value for our shareholders. That is why we try to pay out dividend in excess of inflation, which would then translate to real dividend growth for them.
Insurance revenue over the year also increased from 980 million cedis to 1.2 billion Ghana cedis.
It's a year we saw our insurance revenues growing by over 24%. Income from our pensions business also growing by 23%. Of course, we had a bit of contraction in investment income, which is also a core part of our revenues. Contraction because of the impact of DDEP. The yields that we received in 2023 far lower than what came through in 2022. So we saw a bit of a contraction. But all in all, our top line grew quite well, 23% growth on the top line.
Now, the group says it's working to improve on the payment of dividends and it's expecting to increase that for 2025. For Joy Business, James Ishen.
The Ahantaman Rural Bank PLC has launched its 40th anniversary celebration, touting its resilience and commitment to growth after recording impressive financial results in the past year. The bank placed second out of 147 rural banks in the ARB Apex Bank's Efficiency Monitoring Unit, ranking for the first quarter of 2024. Nathalia Kwanza takes a closer look at the factors driving the bank's success and the impact it's making in the communities it serves.
Ahantaman Rural Bank PLC, headquartered in the Western region, continues to solidify its reputation as one of Ghana's leading rural bank. At the 36th Annual General Meeting held, Board Chair Eric Denning Esquire highlighted the bank's significant year-on-year growth across key financial indicators.
In terms of profitability, the bank has moved year on, and the year under review, the bank recorded a profit before tax of 7 million plus. But as we speak, the half-year result shows that as at 30th June 2024, we have posted a profit before tax of 12 million, which means that the annual target of 30 million in 2024 is likely to be achieved. As I speak, we have grown the staff strength from about 120 at the time I joined the bank to almost 400 staff. Now we have instituted scholarship or bursary scheme for tertiary. So we used to have it for tertiary and secondary. But with the advent of free senior high school education, we now are doing only the tertiary, and we are supporting brilliant but needy students. Our corporate social responsibility spread across all our catchment areas and beyond.
The bank's strategic partnership with Star Life to offer insurance services has proven successful, transforming its banking halls into one-stop shop for financial services. Despite the challenging economic climate, Ahantaman Rural Bank continues to support its customers, offering increased loan facilities to help them maintain their businesses.
Perhaps that is one of the best things if you have a bank backing you, because the inflation has eroded people's capital, and because that has happened, what they could purchase at first, they can no longer purchase with it. So the bank is there to support. So you can see from our records that we have increased our loans that we grant to our customers, because we needed to do that so that they could still trade at the same level that they were trading a year or two ago. The only effect on the bank is that cost of operations has also gone high, and therefore you find out that your cost-income ratio will go high. But of course, once you do more of the loans and you're able to recover, your income also goes high, and you're able to break even and still make profit. And that is how we're able to increase our profits. So I would say that Ahantaman Rural Bank is on a very solid footing.
The future looks bright for Ahantaman Rural Bank PLC as it's set to sight on becoming a major player in Ghana's banking industry over the next 3 to 5 years.
Away from rural banking, let's talk insurance now. And as part of its commitment to providing exceptional service and fulfilling its financial obligations, miLife Insurance has made a disability claim of 30,866 cedis to a teacher at Agunas Redu in the Central Region. According to the business development manager at miLife Insurance, Benjamin Nketia, this is to demystify the negative perceptions about payment of claims while maintaining high standards in client satisfaction to win the trust of insurance companies. We've got more for you in the following report.
miLife Insurance, in collaboration with the Ghana National Association of Teachers and through the NAT Heritage Cashback Policy, has paid a disability benefit to Sophia Kwenu, a teacher at Swedru Basic B School in the Agona East District of the Central Region. miLife Insurance is renowned for its reliability in claims payments, having processed over 710 claims in the Central Region alone. Benjamin Nketia, the business development manager, mentioned to Adom News report Jagri Boaz that many people are reluctant to join insurance plans due to concerns about trust. He emphasized that miLife Insurance values its clients and is dedicated to addressing their needs.
Insurance is about trust. Every partnership is about what? Trust. Survey shows that the insurance public are worried not because they don't want to pick insurance, but trust is key to them. And for us, that is what we've sought to build. And that is what we've done to date. Because insurance is all about what? Trust. And I would urge the general public to plan with insurance. It doesn't take away money from you. Rather, it helps you to have it when you needed it most in your life.
Agonas Radio Municipal Chairman of the Ghana National Association of Teachers, Daniel Leave, praised miLife Insurance for the introduction of the NAT Heritage Cashback Policy. He encouraged the public and NAT members to subscribe to this policy, citing its reliability and the significant improvements it offers over past challenges.
We also thank miLife that, in fact, they've been very good. And when it comes in terms of claim payment, I've never seen an insurance company which is prompt and proactive when it comes in terms of claims payment like miLife before. You see, when we talk of a good insurance company, it is the ability for the insurance company to pay claims. And for that one, we are witnesses to that. We have seen that whenever a member is due for claim, just a phone call, and not a matter of even going to their head office, with the liaise with NAT Secretariat, within a possible shortest time, they pay the claim to the member. So I think that NAT, together with miLife, for this package, it's a good policy, and we urge every member who has not subscribed to this policy yet to try as much as possible to subscribe to the policy. So I think miLife, we are most grateful to them. We are asking everyone to subscribe to miLife policy because it's a good policy.
In an interview with Adom News, claimant Sophia Kwenu expressed her gratitude towards miLife Insurance for their support through the NAT Heritage Cashback Policy, acknowledging the positive impact it has had.
miLife Insurance so nyami onshira ho because insurance ni nyina na ya ehunu dam bi wo be yakwana bra na nso eyizi me fike post be ya ma me wura otu anama no onche bia nti mekada miLife da waye menyi so nyami onshira mo.
The reclamation liability of Aboso Goldfields Limited, Daman Mine, was estimated at $24.99 million as at December 31. Now, the company, however, posted a security bond of $25 million, comprising $12.3 million cash and $12.7 million bank guarantee with First National Bank. This means that in the unlikely event that the mine fails to rehabilitate the disturbed lands, the state can fall on the $25 million bond to carry out the rehabilitation of the land. Natalia Kwanzaa has more in the following report.
The operations manager of the Daman Mine, Samuel Arthur, expressed gratitude for the continued support from all stakeholders. He highlighted the importance of this forum in the company's DNA, emphasizing Goldfields' commitment to concurrent rehabilitation. The forum also showcased the mine's current reclamation efforts.
Our company's policy on reclamation is concurrent rehabilitation. We therefore rehabilitate disturbed areas alongside ongoing mining operations and do not wait until mining activities cease completely. We remain cognizant of the life of mine plan and reclamation security agreement and the socio-economic activities the land can be put to, present and after mining. AGL has, however, posted a security bond of $25 million, comprising 12.3 million cash and 12.7 million bank guarantee with First National Bank. This means that in the unlikely event that the mine fails to rehabilitate the disturbed land, the state can fall on the 25 million bond to carry out the rehabilitation of
The manager shared that 523 hectares out of 1,455 hectares of disturbed land have already been reclaimed. Participants took tour to the rehabilitated areas, witnessing firsthand the positive impact of these activities on the local community.
For every 2 years, we come to the mine site here, open house, where they come to show us whatever they have done in terms of reclamation. They have done so much well that when we go to other places or other sites, we see that they have reclaimed the land. They have planted a lot of trees, especially including some cash crops like palm oil, palm trees, rubber plantation, cocoa, and others. So they are doing very well in terms of reclamation. As a nation, I think we should have done deep shaft mining instead of the open cast.
I'm ever impressed because nobody was thinking such a farm would be at this area.
The forum also marked the 20th anniversary of Goldfields Ghana Foundation, with plans to hand over a fully roofed sports stadium to the Daman community. Joy News in Athalia Kwanza, Western Region.
And finally, before we go, the Chief Executive Officer of the Microfinance and Small Loan Center, Maslog, Hajia Habibata Shani Muhammad Zakaria, has been named the Ultimate Woman of the Year at the 4th edition of the National Business Honors 2024. She was honored for championing business sustainability under the Government of Ghana agency, supporting many SMEs and some skilled groups through the provision and accessibility of credit products to enhance and improve small business. Congratulations to her. And that's all in this package by way of Prime Business. I am Pius Kojo Baka. For more stories, do log on to myjoyonline.com/business. Prime Sports is next with Razak Musbao.